Hey, what's happening, guys, and welcome to my first Game and Talk, which, yes, is kind of a rip-off of Game Explain's Game and Watch feature, in which I play a game and I talk about it a little bit, my thoughts on it. It's not a Let's Play. I'm not going to play through the entire game. I think that's kind of boring, and I think there's enough of those on the internet. But it's kind of like a preview of a game, and usually it's going to be relevant to the news. And in this case it definitely is, because Donkey Kong Country Returns is also coming to the 3DS. And it was just announced today that it's coming May 24th, exclusively for the 3DS. There was no word on exclusive features or anything, but all Nintendo really did was send out a picture of a gorilla and his friend playing a DSi XL, which was interesting, I suppose. Funny, but they should have, they should have announced new features. I don't know if I'm gonna buy the game. Well, of course I am. I'm gonna buy the game again because I love it. But if I was a smart consumer, I don't think I would buy the game again if there was no features added. But that's okay. So I picked this level, mirror mode level, because I haven't beaten it. But you'll see that I suck at it a lot. I'm pretty good at the normal game, but mirror mode just kicks my ass. I mean, you have one heart, that's one hit, and if you screw that up, you're dead. And sometimes you don't even need to get hit because you just fall off. So Donkey Kong Country Returns is probably my favorite Wii game of all time, next to Super Mario Galaxy 2. It just has great graphics, great gameplay, so-so audio. I mean, I wasn't really impressed with the soundtrack to the game. I thought David Wise, of course, did a much better job in Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, 3. He did a little bit of 3, but Evelyn Fisher, I believe, did the soundtrack for 3. But Kenji Yamamoto did this one. He did the Metroid music, of course. Kind of generic, to be honest. There's not a lot of new music. I mean, you're hearing one right now, obviously, so that kind of ruins my point, but there's not a lot of new music except for like 2 or 3 new songs. The rest are remixes, which is kind of disappointing because you've been waiting, a decade for a new Donkey Kong Country game, and it comes with no new music. But it's alright. The MIDI samples are pretty low quality. It's not live instruments like Mario Galaxy or... Okay, I just died again. This is really embarrassing, Let's Play, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't usually suck so bad. I mean, this is the first time I've ever recorded gameplay to talk over it. And that's probably an excuse, but I do think it adds a little bit more pressure. And I definitely appreciate the community of YouTubers that do this on a regular basis. I guess it looks easy if you've never done it before, and then when you do it, you realize, oh my god, this is terrifying. Wow. Especially when you suck so badly at a game. My god. God. I do not remember ever sucking this badly at a video game. It has to be the pressure. I'm just going to use that as an excuse, and if you don't like it, F off. That's another thing. I hate it when YouTubers just swear all the time to get all these hits, because that's what the kids like. They like people swearing, which I'm going to be a humongous hypocrite and probably swear in every video I ever do. I mean, I already have in my rant videos. The latest one about Michael Pachter, which I hate. I hate that guy. Fuck him. He hasn't responded, by the way. People have comments asking, why the hell did you make this video if you didn't even send it to Michael Pachter? And I did. I actually sent it to him on Twitter. Of course he doesn't respond. Why would he? Like I said, he's the luckiest man in the world. I would love his job. Well, then again, maybe it would be hard if doing a stupid YouTube Let's Play is this hard for me. But that's just because I suck at life. I mean, everybody else could do Michael Pachter's job. But back to the game. We're playing Jagged Jewels, I think. I didn't really pay attention to the name of the level. it is another mirror mode, and it is hard. This is actually pretty easy if you play this with Diddy Kong. Actually, the whole game is easy if you play it with Diddy Kong. Well, I wouldn't say easy, but it's certainly probably on the level of New Super Mario Brothers if you play this with Diddy Kong, because Diddy Kong is so overpowered. I mean, if you could play this game with Diddy Kong the whole game, it would be super casual, super easy. But Donkey Kong is really kind of a bad character. I mean, he doesn't have any special abilities. He's pretty slow. Diddy Kong is just way, way, way too overpowered. And there's no reason to choose Donkey Kong if you have a choice. Obviously, this game does not allow you to play as Diddy Kong separately. You have to have a second player to do that. Diddy Kong really acts as a power-up in this game. So if you open up a barrel, you will get Diddy Kong, and then you can pretty much just jetpack through the whole level and continuously roll, which is another overpowered move which you can use for speed runs. So anyway, we're going to go to a level that I actually am good at, which is the rocket barrel levels that people hate. This one's called Peaceful Pier, which you can probably tell if you actually read the screen. This is actually very simple. All you have to do is press the A button, hold it down to accelerate, and then put your finger off of the button to go down. It's really simple, but I really love it. I think this is a really great addition to the Donkey Kong Country series. A lot of people hate it. I've had people mistakenly blame motion control for this, which is stupid to me because it has no motion control at all. That's another thing. People that complain about motion control, you know, this game has very, very heavy use of motion control, and it's actually pretty easy to me. I think it's very satisfying to use the motion control in this game. There's hacks that you can use to enable classic controller, but I never did that. You know, it's fine the way it is. I think the blowing maybe is a little bit stupid to do motion control with, but it really doesn't slow the game down to me. I think this is an expertly designed game from top to finish. Yeah, I can't think of any major complaints about it. Doesn't make for a very interesting video, but if you haven't played this game, I would definitely recommend waiting for the 3DS version, playing it in 3D. Hopefully they add new features. If they don't, whatever. Alright. So, beat this level. Collecting the KONG letters actually unlocks new levels instead of giving you a 1-up that in the previous games it did. I think that's actually better, since who gives a shit about 1-ups? I mean, there's so many of them, you don't need another way to get them. I have 45 balloons. I mean, I'm never going to use those. And you can buy them from Cranky Kong in this game, so it's really pointless to have another way of collecting levels, lives. Collecting levels is much more fun. Puzzle pieces, geez, I forget what they do. They either unlock image gallery pictures, or maybe they unlock levels too. I'm not sure. They do something. Actually, I think they do unlock images for the gallery, which is kind of pointless, but, you know, whatever. And that's what mirror mode does as well. If you play mirror mode, the only thing it does if you beat it is unlock a couple new pictures for the gallery. I guess that was a spoiler, but whatever. So we're going to check out Time Attack now, which is actually, this is kind of poorly designed, because if you lose, or if you lose a life in this, the timer doesn't reset. So you have to go to the menu and exit the level, and then go back to the level to reset your Time Attack, which is so annoying that I don't bother with Time Attack. It should just have a retry button like every other game. Hopefully they fix that in the 3DS version coming out. But now we have something to actually talk about, which is how great this game looks. This silhouette level just looks great. I mean, the contrast of the colors, it really puts the Wii to good use, because everybody knows the Wii is not very powerful, but this kind of proves that you don't need high-end PCs to actually have a good-looking game. My favorite-looking games are probably games... Okay, I just screwed up here. Okay. Go in the dragon's mouth or whatever the hell it is. But yeah, my favorite games are actually games on the Super Nintendo, and games that really just make use of the limited technology, have great art styles, like Yoshi's Island, one of my favorite games of all time. It just looks beautiful. I could put that against any game that comes out today, and it just looks beautiful next to all of them. So, you know, this game just proves that you don't need high-end technology to make a great-looking game. And that was a little mini rant that I don't need to make a video about now. You know, obviously it was poorly said, but, you know, everybody knows that you don't need high-end technology to make a great-looking game. So we're just looking at these levels. I've beaten them all, so... I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Alright. So we're gonna try Thugly's High Rise, probably the hardest boss in the game. And you're gonna see that it is probably not gonna... I'm probably not gonna beat him. So if anyone actually watches this, tell me in the comments if you're gonna buy Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D. I know I am, because I'm a sucker. But this is a really great game. I think it's worth double dipping. I'm willing to give Monster Games and Retro Studios another 30 or 40 bucks. Which, yeah, I forgot to mention, Monster Games is actually making this port of the game. Not Retro Studios, which is great, because that means they're not working on it, so they're working on something else. Hopefully, hopefully a sequel. But that's about it. I'm gonna pound on the ground here, and I guess we'll do this again sometime, maybe. See ya.